Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. My name is Betty Sakosha. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the team leader for Power of Positive Inking. Completely forgot to set up my computer to see if I could see what you were saying. So, hopefully, as you join me, if you leave a comment, hopefully I will be able to see it. If not, I absolutely will answer it after the fact. In any case, it is Tuesday night, the 8th of July, and it is 8 p.m. And I needed to be in touch with you today to tell you about this great little goodie that I just got my hands on. Literally, hey Sandy, I believe it is one of my favorite die sets that I've had in a long time, and it's a tiny little die set, and there's a little secret for how you can get this die set. So I'm gonna flip you around and talk to you about the die set, talk to you about the secret, hopefully answer any questions if you have any. Okay, let me flip. Okay, so there's my desk. There is my info, should you need it. You can find everything you see here tonight at bettyboop.stampinup.net. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, that's a bit much. Unzoom. There we go. Okay, so this is the little die set that I'm talking about. It is a tiny little die set that comes in a tiny little container here. It's called Circle of Seasons Dies. And it is available if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. You can buy this as the add-on. So it's going to coordinate with the next three Paper Pumpkin kits that come out. Now, quick overview of what Paper Pumpkin is. You can order it 1 month at a time, or you can get on a subscription, order 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a rolling subscription, stop anytime you want. It's $27 a month. To be honest, I used to get this years ago, and then I kind of got overwhelmed with not finishing my project, so I was like, that's it, I'm going to get after it, or I'm going to stop. So I stopped, and then I got after the ones that I needed to get after, but I haven't rejoined until I saw this season, Circle of Seasons dies. So these are the dies that you are able to purchase. If this is the die set you're able to purchase if you have a Paper Pumpkin subscription. I got a Paper Pumpkin subscription specifically for these dies. So I'm going to show you some real quick projects that you can do with them. So let me bring in what they cut out. So here are the dies. They are still available as of this afternoon. I did hear that they expect to sell out. So that's, well, the two reasons I wanted to come on tonight. One is because you still have a day and a half or so. Yeah, about a day and a half to sign up for the July Paper Pumpkin, which is all about strawberries. It's got the word sweet in it, comes in a gingham box. All I know is that there's strawberries, and they had me at strawberries. It makes a bunch of cards. The next 3 months are all cards. So if cards are your jam, you like to get it, strawberry. Anyway, if that's your thing, then this might be a great time to sign up or to re-sign up so that you can get yourself this little set of dice here. So, great font for the word hello. Who doesn't need that? You've got a leaf. I'm here to tell you that you can cut out a minimum of 2 leaves at the same time. It goes through 2 and still gives you that nice detail on the leaf there. A circle here. I just don't know where I put it, but I cut out a circle. This circle is just slightly larger than one of the stitched circles dies. So if you have the stitched circles dies, it's very similar in size, just a smidge off. Oh, I see it across the room. Hang on a second. Okay. So this one here is the Paper Pumpkin add-on, and this one here is a stitched circle, stitched stitched shaped circles, one of the different shapes. Obviously, it will coordinate, it will work with the other stitched circle shapes, but if you have stitched circle, that will give you an idea of how big it is, and if you don't have it, all the more reason you need to get this so that you've got this great circle. All right, so the font, or the hello, the flower, that's a leaf, sorry, the circle, the strawberry. The strawberry has a second die, that's this die right here, that you would use to get the illusion of the seeds inside it, so that's what this is. But you can use them both at the same time to get your strawberry with the seeds. This right here is the leaf on the top of the strawberry, and this right here gives you the detail in that. So that's what you're seeing there. And then a little flower. But you will notice that this here, this acorn, this is the same as this. Who knew the strawberries and acorns were the same size? I was so excited to learn this, to learn that I could use both in the same kit. And here is the detail on the top of the acorn. So cute, right? $12. You can only get this if you have a Paper Pumpkin subscription. So you could sign up for a Paper Pumpkin subscription, and then I don't know why you wouldn't want to get the next 3 months, because these dies are going to coordinate with things for the next 3 months. So clearly they're going to be fantastic kits. And I know for sure they're all cards for the next 3 months. Paper Pumpkin is not always cards, but for the next 3 months they are definitely cards. And I do know that the August Paper Pumpkin is going to contain two stamp sets. It seemed to have a lot of words. So there we go. That's a little preview and why you want to sign up right away. Okay, so I'm going to show you one card, and then I'm going to put together a quick card. So I did not come up with the design of this card. I saw this from Elizabeth Belleville, who is, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, she is the DDM for the Northeast. And if you're not, you don't even know what that means, but she works with Stampin' Up! In any case, this was one I just sent out to my customers. Anybody who ordered from me last month got a card like or similar to this here. I kind of messed up with because I put I put a darker color behind that, as if strawberry seeds were dark, and in fact they are light. Oops. Anyway, so if you get the card, sorry, but really cute, easy way to use this card. So we're going to make the same version of this card that Elizabeth made for a fall card. I'm going to show you that live tonight. Okay, so I am using the basic white note cards and envelopes, which come in a package of 20. There's the code for it right there, 159232. Love these because A, you don't have to write very much, and they come with the envelopes. So who could ask for more, right? Okay, so tonight I want you to vote, and since I cannot actually see a lot of comments, let's see if this works. So if you're watching, I need you to vote which one of these you want me to use. I can use this dark wood here, or this light wood. So if you could respond and say dark or light, while I get where I'm getting these from, I'm going to pull that out. You just tell me dark or light, and I've got all the guts for the card already cut out. These, let me see if I can see comments. I see a couple of you watching, but I don't see a comment yet. So tell me if you want me to use dark or light. Sandy's asking if you, whoa. I just missed the comment, but Sandy was asking about Paper Pumpkin. Light. Okay, light wins. This is an additional add-on, so you would have to, but you can order it. If you have a Paper Pumpkin subscription, you can go ahead and put the number in. Here's the number right there. It's called the Circle of Seasons Dies 167277. and it's $12 and still available as of today. So the paper that I'm using here, apparently I'm using the light one. I'm going to use this one here. Comes from the Country Woods paper. This was in last year's catalog and has continued. And literally, well, I'm going to show you those at the end. I'll show you some other options for paper, but like just really good, very rustic, you know, like blue wood and wood and white wood and all the woods. All the woods. Love this paper. And makes a great neutral background. So we're going to use the light one here. And as I said, I'm using the note cards and envelopes. So the card comes, it's a thick white cardstock. And I'm going to start by gluing my circle right down in the middle. I am only using dies for this. I'm not using anything else. By the way, this is the opposite. And I'll put that at the bottom. This is the other side of the paper. So the light wood and the dark wood are actually opposite sides of the paper. You know how difficult that is to make that decision, which side of the paper to use. But I cut both of them. And there is kind of the reason is there is kind of a right side and a wrong side. When you cut out with anything that's stitched, it kind of has like, you know, the back side of stitching. So I only wanted to use the front side. Not saying I've never used the back side. There have been times for sure I have done that. Okay, so I'm going to use the word hello, which I cut out with a, I cut out before we got started here, and I used crumb cake. And there's different ways that you could do this because this is pretty thin. I'm just using green glue and just applying. You can see it's a little bit messy what I'm doing here. You could use adhesive paper ahead of time to basically make this into a sticker. That's also an option. Yeah, I didn't do that. So I'm going to put this a little bit crooked going across. And I have another sample when we're done to show you that it's not crooked. So you can tell me which you like better. Alrighty, let's get our leaves down. So I told you we'll cut out at least 2 leaves. I'm going to use 3 leaves on this, but you can cut out 2 at once. I didn't try 3 because our cardstock is pretty thick. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if it could handle cutting out 3. So I did 2. And I just chose some folly colors here. So this is Cajun Craze. I put that there. I'm just going to make basically a pile of leaves here. The bottom, this is Blackberry Bliss. I consider Blackberry Bliss a leaf color. Tell me if you agree or disagree with that. And Cajun Craze. I think I have another sample where I might have used Timid Tiger. Come on. Stick on there. I just want it to look basically like a little pile of leaves here at the bottom. All right, and then I'm going to put on my acorn. So this brown strawberry, also known as an acorn. You know what? Now that I look at my other sample, I kind of want, I don't want the bottom of this. I don't want the bottom, what do you call that, stem of that leaf showing. So I'm going to put this over here like this. There we go. All right, that's the bottom of my acorn, and then this beautiful detailed top of the acorn. It's so funny because I kind of hate acorns. Not even a fan of squirrels these days. They're eating everything. And yet I love the idea of them. Boom, look at that. Done. I've got a bunch of supplies left, so afterwards I'm actually going to make the same card using the dark one. For the dark one, I just cut out a lighter. I used the Hello out of Basic Beige, and everything else is exactly the same. So I'll work on that as soon as I'm done this. So let me pull in another sample here that uses a different background. So this is using the Country Woods background. This one here is using, what is it called? Woven Textures. This is currently available as an online exclusive. I've used a bunch of it, so I don't have much of it left. Let me see if I can unzoom for a bit. But it's got this beautiful, they're all photographs, right? So they're just beautiful woven textures. Oops, you're wood. You don't belong in there. So this is available on online exclusives right now. I'm trying to think of what the other one that I used was. I loved it so much I used it all up. I can't even remember what it was, but it was that good. So any of these work well as kind of a background for that. And then I had one last, I should give you the number for that. If you are interested, that is 165560, and that is the Woven Textures 12 by 12. And then the last paper I wanted to show you is brand new, online exclusive, and it is called The Need for Tweed 166144. And this actually, one of these is what Elizabeth Belleville made her original cards with. But this paper, again, they're photographs of like really up close textures. And these, whoops. Let me show you the other side. These have real fall colors to it, a lot of Cajun craze in this one. The other side of this has got like a lot of fun green. That'll be fun to play with. This kind of, I believe I had a vest like this in 1972. Not sure. The back side of this is this paper here. So it's going to be a really fun pack of paper to play with. But would also make a great background here. So let me bring in my original sample for you. That was this one here made from the wood. Here's another sample that I made using the woven textures. So if you got, actually this is the one I believe that I used for my thank you cards last month. This is just another sample that I was playing with. And then these here with the fall version. So let me know what you like better. If you like the light or the dark. My gut tells me the dark, but everybody's got their own taste, right? So I'm going to go ahead, since I have the guts for the other card, I'm going to make my dark card as well, and then I will post that in the comments. But back to why you need to know about that. Why you need to know about this is because this little baby, this little tiny die set, I think is going to be, obviously it's so useful, I didn't even use a stamp on these. You can get it if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So you can sign up for a few months, get yourself, oh, Sandy likes the light, okay. You can get yourself this kit here that I think you will really enjoy using. It will coordinate with the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkin, so at the very least, you're going to be able to use it for the next 3 months. And following that, you can, if Paper Pumpkin is for you, you can continue with it, and if not, you can walk away, and you'll walk away with a great stamp set. So if you want to invest in this, you have to be signed up for Paper Pumpkin by the 10th, so that gives you like a day and a half to sign up. So get over there right now. You can go to my website at bettyboop.stampinup.net and search Paper Pumpkin, and you will be able to sign up. And just get in touch with me if for some reason you're not able to do that. If you are already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can go ahead and order right now the Circle of Seasons dies 167277. Comes in a tiny little container. Isn't that cute, right? Just don't lose it. Fair warning. And yeah, these are just a sampling of what you can make with these goodies. All right, so be in touch. Let me know if there's any questions that I can answer for you. If you have questions about Paper Pumpkin or signing up or anything that you might have a question on. I want to flip you back around there. Yeah, any questions you might have, just let me know, and I'd be happy to answer. Hello, Chris. Hey, Susan. Yeah, get after it. All right, you only have till the 10th, so get going on that. Hopefully I will see you next Tuesday night. That is my goal, but stay tuned on this Facebook page, because things are not always what I think they're going to be, and I will be here when I can, I promise. All right, take care. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night. Bye.